Hi guys, Dave Gagnon here with another video tip of the week for you. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit old-fashioned, and that's the telephone. A lot of bigger companies or even smaller companies are paying way more than they need to be paying for telephone service, just simply because they don't know that other smaller services like this exist. Now, I'm not saying by any means is this perfect for every organization, but if you're a smaller business and you just have a few extensions and you want to sort of go digital and have things easily controlled in the cloud, then I would definitely suggest looking at something like this. Excuse me. Now, I've used Phone People for at least, God, 7, 8, 9 years with my other business, and I have to say that they're incredibly good company. I've used OneBox. They're combining forces here, which I suppose could be a good thing. I'm sure you've heard of eFax. eFax is a part of J2 Communications. They own OneBox. So the good thing here is that you can now have a fax number, whereas Phone People before didn't offer that solution. So I had to have a Phone People 800 number and a eFax account. So I'll be able to get rid of the eFax account, which is great. So again, this is an 800 number. I should have been a little bit more specific with that. Now you can also look at, and I've used this before as well, you can also look at RingCentral. Everything here is in the cloud, which means it's all controlled via the internet. You can add voicemail extensions. You can do announcements. Please dial extension 123 to hear such and so and so. So that's something that you might want to consider. Now, I've used RingCentral before, and I have to say that the interface is rather cumbersome. It's not as easily navigable as Phone People. The pricing is more or less pretty close, but just from personal experience, I might recommend Phone People just because I've used both and have stuck by them. Things remain to be seen now that they've merged with OneBox, but let's see what happens. Now, something else that you definitely might want to consider, not necessarily for your business at all, but perhaps for your own sake, is something called Google Voice. Not Google Talk. Please don't be confused. Google Talk is its instant messenger client. Google Voice is actually free. It's Google's world. We just live in it, right? So you could sign up here, and it's a pretty neat service. I've been experimenting with it as I'm making this. It's January 2012. I've had it for probably 3 or 4 months now, and it's so far, knock on wood, quite good. I am getting rid of my Verizon in-home service, and I'm switching over to Google Voice. It obviously rings on your cell phone. If you lose your cell phone, you can still get your messages here. And something else that it has is transcription service, which is very cool. So someone leaves a message and says, "Hey John, it's me, please call me back." That will actually get transcribed to a text message and sent to your phone. Of course, it also comes to you in an email as the actual message. So surprisingly, the voice to text message transcription service is pretty darn good for the price, and the price here is obviously free. I believe they do offer some upsells, but really it's pretty amazing what they give you for free. And if you are interested in having one number to sort of put everything all together, then you might want to consider Google Voice. But for your actual business, I would definitely look at Phone People or RingCentral. Phone People, what'll happen is you can, let's assume you have a virtual bookkeeper or virtual accountant or whatever the case may be, you could assign them an extension, and that will ring to his or her office number, his or her cell phone. It's called the ringtone number, and the caller doesn't know that this same person is out of the office, and the recipient of the call, your bookkeeper or your accountant or whomever, also will know that it's a ringtone number because he or she picks up the phone and he hears you have a call from such and such business. So they'll know exactly that it's a phone call that's being transcribed or forwarded rather. So I've used phone people with great success. It gives the impression that everyone is sort of in the same office. There are some things that you can't do. If someone calls one extension, you can't actually transfer because it's not in the same. So that's one small negative, is that you actually can't transfer. But everything else you can do. The voicemails are sent to the individuals through email. It's pretty neat, and it's all controlled over the internet. So as a way to potentially save some dollars out of the gate or up front, as opposed to spending a huge amount of money, you might want to consider something like this. Again, it's not necessarily appropriate for everybody, but if you're a web-based business or a smaller business and you just have a couple of extensions that you need to manage, then you might want to consider looking at something like this. All right, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.